Hi everybody, I'm Dia Nagaraj, the Associate Curator of Exhibitions here at the Museum of Danish America. And in today's Brown Bag Lunch, we have Annette teaching us all about paper cuttings just in time for the holiday season. The Brown Bag Lunch series is sponsored by the Kofod Family Foundation. Thank you and enjoy.
Hello everyone. I want to tell you a little bit about the origin of paper cuttings, as there are many out there. In the 1980s, Sharon Snitte became popular here in our stores, in our craft stores. And Sharon Snitte is a German word for paper cutting. I became interested and bought a book with patterns. And as I'm Danish, my parents both immigrated from Denmark in the early 1900s. It didn't take long for me to lean towards the Danish paper cuttings. I was on a trip to Denmark and I fell in love with their mobiles. They have a knack for turning everyday common things into things of fun, as this cow can do. He can look at you from any place. And then I love their Christmas mobiles. This is one this is one I have cut, and this mobile also. And this is the little Danish Nisse. This is hung in my kitchen every Christmas for many years. And what I like about the mobiles is that's so fun, is they move because they're lightweight, and then as you walk by, they flutter in the breeze. The history of paper cutting is, of course, as old as paper, which was invented in China AD 300. Many of this folk's art tradition was never recorded, but was just passed down by word of mouth. At some time during the 4th or 5th century, members of the royalty in China began their folk art. Then it became folk art cut by the commoners. Virtually every culture in the world has developed its own paper tradition or paper cuttings. For years, I scoured books and magazines for Danish patterns. The cuttings I'm showing you today are accumulation of other patterns I have found through the years, not necessarily Danish patterns. I love my Danish patterns, of course, the best. I will start with my Christmas decals, which are cut from plain computer paper. I put the pattern on the paper and then I fold it, cut each one out as the pattern indicates, and then I have cut 2, and then I separate them and I sew on the machine, my sewing machine, a thread that starts from the bottom and it goes to the top, and then I have my Christmas decal that is ready to put on the tree. My angels, I have cut thousands, I think. I've cut many of them. I like the little heart one. It has little rabbits, and that's a fun one. The heart is the symbol of Danish decorations. They do a lot of hearts. This little Nisse on the horse is a whimsical little one, and it's fun. They're all done the same way, with 2 pieces of paper cut out of a single paper, put together, and then sewed up with on the sewing machine, right up the middle, and though you have your string to hang it on also. This angel is a little different again, with stars in the bottom. They're not fun to cut out, but it works. Oh, did I show you my scissors? No, I didn't. And the reason that I have this scissors, and it is actually, if you can look up the word Sharon Snidda or Sharon Snidda patterns, they have many pattern books. As there are many other patterns out there, you just punch in paper cuttings and many patterns come up. This scissors I've had for many years, and it is very sharp and pointed way out to the end, so that, for instance, I can get in these small places and cut just a little snip here, a little snip here, and then when I get done, I have a star. Sharon Snidda is what you look for in a Sharon Snidda scissors. They're expensive, but they're worth it if you're going to really go into paper cutting. These little angel boys with their candles. This little tree is fun. This is a typically Danish tree with the hearts and the candles, which we used to do when I was a little girl. I remember it well, but we always had a pail with water in, very close by, in case the candles did what they shouldn't do. This bird I've had a lot of fun with through the years. Each one of these is cut, and then you take a knife and it just rolls into its supposedly feathers. Or even your thumb works, but I like to use a little paring knife, which really gives it a nice little, nice little crisp touch. So that's my little birds. And what I have had fun through the years doing is, if I find a pattern I like and it might seem quite large, I just cut it down, or I don't know how you say it on the computer. I just diminish the pattern. So I've made some little tiny little angels like that, and they're fun. This is a basket that I found in a book years ago. It's quite delicate. I've had fun doing it through the years. What it is, I have the pattern cut on my computer paper, and I have many patterns. But when I get a pattern I like, I Xerox off or copy off on it as many as I can, so that when I'm ready to sit and cut at night when I sit in my chair, then the pattern is already on there and ready to go. I guess I don't have one right here. But anyway, this is cut the same way, and of course it takes a little doing to get in all these places. And then you just take and kind of glue these two bottom ones together so that it turns out like that, and then you put a handle on it. And if you're careful, and this one looks like it didn't make from last Christmas as good as it should have. But anyway, they're not I store all of mine, which of course is the fun part about all my decals. I put them away, and they're all stored flat, one on top of the other, and then they come out again next year. One of the things I have enjoyed through the years is the Christmas tree they have here at the museum. It has all of my decals on that I have made through the years, and it's been fun. I've decorated for many years. I really do enjoy it. We also put many heart baskets on and the flag garlands, so it's a typical Danish tree as we think of it. I do have a pattern book. It was a little difficult to know how to do this today, but I think the museum is going to help me in some way. So if you are very much interested, there are some nice patterns in this book. Some are simple, but there's some of my trees in there also, which I'm going to show you next. And so it's been a fun project, and but I'm just about done, guys. I've been at this for a long time, and I've enjoyed it. And so whatever anyone can glean from it, I will do that for you. The tree on that I had to set up is I did many years ago, and it is, of course, a Danish pattern. The little Nisse boy and girl are running around the tree. I have done different types of other things that I have enjoyed through the years. This is a joy that can set up any place. And I have a Noel that sets up too. I have them setting in my window. I kind of enjoy them in my window. I'm going to set that over there, the joy and the Noel. I have a crash scene that I have enjoyed, and I have given this away as gifts many years. And if you set a little light bulb behind it, it really is pretty in the evening when the lights are down. So that's the crash scene, and then the kings stand at the side. And the angels on the other side. That has been a fun one that I have done through the years. I think my trees are my specialty. I really have enjoyed one. This one here is very intricate. This one I use parchment paper, which is a good paper to use also. It's a little heavier, and it's a little girl playing a flute, little bird, and then squirrels in the tree. So that's been a fun one that I have really enjoyed. This one I used even heavier paper, and it is very typically Danish. With the animals are very important to the Danes, and they're very good to their animals all year round, and especially at Christmas time. And it has the little candles on. And this one is very typically Danish also, with the candles and the hearts. And this is, I'm really not sure what this paper is, but I look for different types of papers, and there's all kinds of beautiful papers out there. This one's a little heavier again. If you get them too light, then every time you walk by them wherever you have them setting, they fall down. This one is one of my favorites. And my mother designed this way back in, this was in 97. She designed this. We had a bazaar in Kimballton, and we decorated our tables with Hans Christian Andersen motifs. And this is the Snow Queen, Hans Christian Andersen's Snow Queen. My favorite is my tree, this tree. And I am not an artist, but I did get myself together enough. I did design this here, and you will not find this pattern anywhere because I did design it and have cut it out. It has the flag garlands, which is typical in the trees, the hearts, and the candles. Let's see, I think it was the year 2000, it was chosen to be on the museum's Christmas card. And so I'm quite proud of that. It was a fun project. I have several items here that I have cut, which are single piece of paper, not folded and not sewn together. See, all of the trees even are sewn together. And it's very intricate, but it was a fun project. This is how you start. So the black areas you cut out. When you cut the black area out, then you have the butterfly. And somehow I have had a number of butterflies up here on the tree at Christmas time, but they seem to fly away. I haven't quite figured it out, but that's all right. I enjoy doing this one. This is another creche scene, and this is done on black paper, which gives it a little different effect. The most tedious one that I have done is this Noah's Ark, and it is cut from a single paper, and it is parchment paper. It was fun, but I was glad when I was done. So that's kind of my paper cuttings that I have done through the years. I have enjoyed them. And like I say, I'm finding, I don't know, I'm not always on the computer a lot with paper cuttings because I'm just about done. But anyway, I'm finding there are a lot of people out there that are doing paper cuttings, and they have fun patterns. These I'm particularly proud of are my Danish paper cuttings. And the Danish word for paper cutting is Papirklip. And but today we're entitling it paper cuttings that I've done through the years. So I thank you. I've taught classes here, taught it at the church in Kimballton, and so that's been fun. I have a method of sitting at night I love to sit at night and cut these out, and I have a little box, a lid in my lap, and that's where the paper cutting clippings go. So that's the way I can relax doing this. It sounds crazy, but I can relax doing it.
What do you do if you make a mistake?
It goes in the wastebasket right beside me. Just remember, it's just a piece of computer paper. I have repaired some that I have maybe snipped too far or something with just a little dab of glue. It works. And I should have said that, but they're still not very easy. There are finer scissors out there.
Oh, wow.
In craft stores, but you can't even get a Sharon Snitta through the craft stores. You have to send for it.
Wow.
but they're up to, I think I paid 60 for that one. But it's very sharp, and it has stayed sharp. Can you see how it right out? Yeah, no, just yeah, it stays sharp way out to the point, and that's where you have to. It has to be sharp because you have to get in.
From a distance, it kind of looked like the nail scissor kind of thing.
Some people have said they have used it.
Okay.
And another thing that people can use, I know people who only cut with an X-Acto knife.